The past will take you. Past will take you.
Get amped up.
Look, I'm just trying to live life. I know it took some time, but in my mind it finally feels right. Been in this long ass tunnel and now I finally see a light. If you get around my table, nigga, you'll probably be a knight and learn the entirety of life. Yeah. No, I've been searching for shit. It just hurts to know.
What's up, baby? We back with another one, man. Another episode of Raw Brilliance, man. I'm your boy, Mansa J. My partner over here is...
You know who it is. It's Ronny Marcel. What's going on, everybody? Another day, another dollar. Make that bitch holla.
This nigga, yeah, bro. Facts. That right there was Joshua Clemens, man. My boy out here killing it from his latest project, Weird and Open-Minded. You can get that streaming everywhere, man. The shit fire, bro. Fire. But yeah, what's going on with you, my brother?
Bruh, I'm just pretty much getting my trying to get my coins up. You know, one of the things, it's kind of funny that I'm trying to, you know, how everybody always say, you know, make that dollar, don't make that dollar make you and all that stuff. It's just like one of those things where it's like I get to the point where I make decisions based on my bank account, and I hate that shit. Because you know, you over here, you said what?
Did you just quote Players Club wrong, my nigga?
In a sense, I did.
You can't do that.
Bro,
so make that money. Don't let that money make you.
Either way, here's the thing. The fact that, like, yo, I be looking at my bank account, I'm like, man, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then when you know, you get the little gigs coming, it's like, Ronny, can you work this? Can you work that? Or Ronny, do you want to do this? Like, let's work this whole week. I'm like, fuck it, I need that coin. And then I just like, you know, I could have just stayed my black ass home the whole entire time and save money. But no, now I got to go out to the world, work my ass off, and do all this bullshit. I'm like, man, I'm like, damn, I got shit to do now. So I'm trying not to make these decisions moving forward based off of my bank account. I'm trying to just be like, you know, strategic, think I'll get stuff what I need. Hey, I'm gonna binge watch TV just to pass time by, you know, all that bullshit.
Yeah, I try and binge watch a little something every now and then, but man, I be staying on the go, but I like being busy though. But I like what I do though, so you know, like I'm going off on just like 2-3 hours of sleep right now, but then I got to get right back to it as soon as this podcast is over.
Why did you 2-3 hours of sleep, bro? Like, you need some sleep.
I don't really sleep that much, and it's not because like I'm out here just like grinding like super hard, which I am. I'm trying to get that dollar too, but I just don't really need that much sleep. It's like different for everybody. I'm pretty sure maybe like when I'm older in my late 30s or my 40s or something, it might catch up with me or something. But right now I'm young and I'm just, you know, out here trying to get it. So I don't really sleep that much right now because of work mostly though, but you know.
You over here saying in late 30s, like, nigga, like that's around the corner. Like, bro, like this. And then like when I hit 30, it was like, shit, you start hitting those damn symptoms of pretty much old age. Like, nigga, my knees be hurt now. So you better watch out.
But see, I've been an athlete my whole life, and I've been working out and training. So, like, my body in pretty good conditioning. So, I don't really have those knee problems and joint problems and shit just yet. But maybe in my 40s or something. But I'm trying to do like LeBron James doing. The boy 35, 36, and he just won the championship instead of the best player in the world. So, why not us, my G? Why not us, goddamn?
I like the record for sure that, you know, low-key Mansa just said, I'm not you, I'm not fat. He just
my God, my nigga. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Like, I've been an athlete. Like, nigga, you act like I ain't never played those sports and shit. But you know what? It's all right, cool.
I ain't saying all that, my boy. I wasn't saying
in my place. take me and my bad knees on over here. I'm gonna go ahead and stick to my diets that I'm used to. That's pretty much what we doing over here.
I fuck with that, my boy. Everybody got to do their own thing to each their own. I'm not mad at you at all.
Look at that. He's like, I'm not mad at you. Stick to what you know. I'm like, Nick,
stick to what you know, my dude. Like me, I just love weights. I love working out. So that's just me, So
yeah.
I ain't really worried about old age, my nigga. I'm happy for it, It'll be a blessing to get there. But yeah, man, we got a lot going on this week. Got some pioneers of hip hop stepping outside the box, trying to get these votes and stuff, or trying to make change. We got some some drama or confusion with couples. We got BT Hip Hop Awards. We got Billboard Awards. We got all types of stuff, my dude. So what you want to dive into first?
Well, let's go ahead and talk about the major news about
the who?
Let's talk about the major news, being pretty much the most relevant shit. That's Ice Cube and the Platinum Plan.
It's not his Platinum Plan, but it's the Platinum Plan. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it ain't his, but it's the Platinum Plan. That's pretty much what it's called.
Yeah, true. It's been around it's been circulating for a little bit or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, since we've been in fucking COVID and nobody had anything else to do, he was like, fuck it. He had time where he just sat down at the house and he's like, made a document with some demands that, Black people, people of color will need for our reparations. And I'm like, yo, I'm not even bullshitting. That is like literally the smartest thing anybody can do, because like the fact that during COVID, there was a lot of motherfuckers who was pretty much without work or had shit to do, could have easily been doing that. Yet nobody has this conversation about reparations had gone on for so long. And don't get me wrong, like everybody always talk about how can you weigh in or weigh out of reparations. That's dope. But when he actually listed it out, and then he also made this a collaborative approach to it, where he reached out to certain people just to get their perspective on it.
Who did?
Look at Cube, because if I'm not mistaken, he went on the Breakfast Club because they was asking all about it. He reached out to a couple of people, some activists and people and that such. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna even try to think about who all he did, but if you want to figure it out, it's out there on this Breakfast Club, and it's another interview out there that he talked about it. But he reached out to just get people perspectives, get some feedback on everybody, just to say, okay, what are some of the things that we should look for? What is the language and all that stuff we should pretty much bring to this document, so the fact that we could keep the agenda moving forward.
So when did he go on his Breakfast Club interview? Because I only seen the one where he talked to TMZ like the day after everybody found out that.
Mm-hmm. He did this, was it a couple months ago?
About the Platinum Plan?
Yes.
Or was it something else he was talking about?
It was pretty much the plan that he had.
No, that's not the Platinum Plan, though. What he got is a contract for Black people. That's what Q is trying to get done. The Platinum Plan is from Donald Trump administration. Like, that's their shit. They developed it, came up with it and everything. Q came up with the Black People's Contract or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's called that. But he came up with that. So that's probably what he was on there talking about. And he said that nobody in the Democratic Party reached out to him about it, about stuff that he was asking for. But the Republican side, the Trump administration and stuff, they hollered at him about it. So
I thought that he went to both sides about that.
He did go to both, but I'm saying he reached out to the Democratic Party, but nobody really gave him anything, like, or even offered anything up. Like, they pretty much just rubbed him off to the side, from what I got from his interview the other day or whatever. And then he said the Republican Party, they was willing to come to the table with him and talk to him. So, but the backlash for everybody, like, everybody know for the most part, whatever Cube do, I don't really care what Cube on over there because I know he about his people. He been preaching this shit since the late 80s, you know what I mean? So I'm not worried about that. Only thing that I was worried about is him not being hoodwinked by, Donald Trump, because he might tell you a good thing just to get some photo ops with you and shit like that and then run for the hills after what
Bro,
they needed you for is over.
happening. That's
And
definitely what's happening.
oh, that's gonna happen. But see, that's what everybody was upset with Cube about because they like, this dude, you can't be trusted. But as far as Cube being for the people, like I don't think nobody gonna ever question that shit. But
No, that's the thing. People are questioning, and that's why. Because I usually had to talk to it was just an old friend of mine. They said like, I can't believe he talked to Ice Cube. I'm like, bro, like he need to like don't get me wrong. Like he's doing the things that we need to do. We need somebody to go ahead and pretty much somebody that's going to advocate for us. And just to go and talk about the whole voting system, it's just like, yo, as Black people, we always kind of cater to the Democrat side. We always kind of like, fuck it, we're gonna go,
fact. Yeah.
and then all that stuff, and then at year after year, time after time, they just pretty much do us dirty. So it's just like, yo, if I got a plan for Black people, and I'm gonna give it to both sides, and one side that's not the favorable side is pretty much going to pretty much help us and empower us and do that, then maybe I should go ahead and work with them and then see what they can possibly do that. And then honestly, that's what's going to pretty much make you move. And honestly, that's why Trump like, yo, bring that greetings motherfuckers in, because the fact that I can fuck around and steal the Black vote, oh, he's gonna take all that, and then he'll go ahead and try to make it happen, because like that's the thing. He's trying to cater to almost everybody. He don't want to condemn a lot of shit. He wants to cater to a whole bunch of shit. So the fact that he can have the most favorable position when it comes to down to our election.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like, it's more than like Cube is bipartisan. And everything you said, like that's the definition of it. So he's gonna work with whoever he has to work with to make the best move, and that's all he was trying to say. And I 100% agree with that. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. I view more you as a person and what you're trying to do. And Trump, I just don't fuck with as a person. It ain't got nothing to do with his political party. He just is a person. The shit he's done and said over the years he's been in office, and even before that. And like, it's just it's mind blowing that he hasn't been impeached or is even got in the office, like with so many rape allegations and all that type of stuff. It's just unfathomable. It's just unreal that he is actually the president of the United States, and the United States is a laughingstock around the world right now, and which is a sad thing. You know what I mean? As much trouble as we have in this country, we still love this country. You know what I mean? We built this motherfucker. You feel me? So we love this country. We love being here. You know what I mean? And we just want things to change. And to get things to change, we need to work with whoever and however to get the job done. So, but my whole thing is enough for the lip service. Like, we need to get them to sign things and do stuff before they get our vote. Like, Trump been in office for 4 years. Now, we trying to bring him this plan a month before weeks before the election. Actually, it already started, like all the voting stuff. So remember, go early, people. Mm-hmm. But the fact that it's only weeks out, of course he's gonna say whatever to get you in the office and to make it seem like cast your vote. So I just don't take lip service anymore. I need to have somebody sign something and do something that shows us like you about this action, you about this work. And until that happens, like I can't just like, I'm cool with Q going and doing what he's doing, but not with the person that he's doing it with. Like for the Platinum Bill and the Trump administration, he's already showed his colors time and time again. You know, with Kanye, with Steve Harvey, with everybody. He just wants to stand next to the Black people just to try and get that vote. So it's not even, don't even waste your time. Let's get him out of office, then bring your plan to the next people. Like early in office, so either they can do something or they can't. And then we're going to get them the fuck out, whether it's Biden or not. You know what I mean? So that brings us to like all the stuff that Diddy's talking about now, you know, because like Diddy, he started off talking about, months ago that we should hold our vote, which was crazy to say. I kind of understood what he was coming from, but he was just like, it's just not going to work right now because we got somebody in office that we have to remove. So holding your votes isn't going to help that cause at all. But now he's changed his tune, came around to I guess he wants to start his own black political party. Well, he's pretty much said that he already got it going and got the right people involved, and he's just putting the money behind it. And so, I actually think that's a great idea. I just think he talking about switching this shit up like too close to the election. Like it's like really you been a distraction right now. So
Yeah.
after this shit is over with, then yeah, we can get all into that. But right now, it's just a little bit of a distraction, though. But
Bro, right now we are in a 2-party system, and don't me wrong. We have opportunities to be multi-party, but this is do we have 2-party system because the fact that the 2 parties are pretty much the ones that makes a lot of money. If we can find a way to pretty much go into those 2 parties, segment them, and then also build out multiple parties within that. Honestly, we can pretty much make this a multi-party system where
it can be, yeah, for sure.
and the fact that maybe we can pretty much actually have some things in play in line where we can actually make some changes, make some benefits, like how Canada does. Like they have that multi-party system where they pretty much there's so many different ways that you turn this, and the fact that like they have a proper representation. So somebody that's going to be in one party next year can be a different party, and all that stuff. Yeah. So, but yeah, what he's doing now, if he's doing it now, yeah, it's pretty much like, bro, it's so late in the game. This is something that's going to take multiple years to actually kind of put this together, get some traction in, get people to follow you, pretty much get support and all that stuff. So yeah, right now, you're pretty much just like how you are with Kanye. You over here taking, you're pretty much being a distraction. You over here like not thinking about the future to the fullest extent. You just pretty much trying to make a point, and then you're pretty much distracted. You taking votes.
It's not really trying to make a point though. Like he actually putting it into action, but it's just the fact that the timing is wrong. Like the timing is wrong, just like earlier, like 2 months ago when he was talking about holding his vote. Like don't nobody need to hear that shit right now, bro. But right now it's just distraction. Like bring that shit up in like 3 weeks when this shit over with. You know what I mean? Like then we starting our party, or you can already have everything in motion, but just start letting people know to not take their minds off of the goal at hand, because America in general has a short attention span. That's why news cycles are 24 hours, sometimes even less than that. Like that shit is in one ear and out the other one. It's on to the next. So you can't be like taking eyes and ears off of the thing that we need to do right now. And right now we need to get Donald Trump out of office. So that's my only deal with it. But after this is over, like, yeah, I want to hear more about it. I want to, see what people he got signed up with him, because he said he got some young activists, and people that's already in office in certain states and everything. So I want to hear more about it, because I'm all for it. I think we should do that. I think we should have been doing that. And so I think it's a brilliant idea, but just the timing about it, man, it's just horribly wrong, man. And yeah, he getting in that Kanye field, but he's just on the other end of it. Like Kanye, he just like, he off here, he made, I don't know. I don't even want to try and diagnose this dude. He just got some shit going on that I can't even talk about no more. It's just too much, bro. So, but I think
I ain't gonna lie, I hate. I know this is random, but Like, that's why I was like, man, I hate that I love his old music because I'm like, I do not want to support your ass, but I still
You gotta
love your
separate the
music.
two, bro, because I love his shit. Like
I
he
know,
made
that's
beautiful,
the only
he made beautiful music, not just like great, like dark, beautiful, twisted fantasy or whatever. That
bro.
shit to this day, bro, it
That's
give
still
me emotions. That shit give me emotions that like I don't know, like my first time having sex shit, like just a feeling like it's just he a fucking genius, bro. He just
it's just like you
batshit
do that,
crazy.
and then you do stupid shit. And I'm like, bruh.
He batshit.
And that's just like, man, come on, man. Just do better. Just try to do better for me. Just one time. If you can.
He like Kanye, I think in his head he is doing like I think the thing that gets Kanye in trouble is he like reaches to break he wants to break the mold every time he does something because that's what he's been doing his whole career. He's been breaking the mold. He's just trying to reach and break that hole, and he reaches too far most of the time.
And that's the thing. He's reaching too hard, bro. Like, that's the thing. Like, the fact that, bro, you are that person. That's why I felt like sorry, I had a a little bit.
Are you good?
But no, that's why I'm saying, because like even when they was talking about when he was going crazy and all that stuff, and he was endorsing Trump for one point in time, dude was like, oh, I love Trump, and let's be real, the only reason why he was all here talking about Trump this, Trump that, is because the fact that how Trump got into office. Like, he started off at the bottom, then he pretty much got to the power and all that stuff. That's why he admired him for that stuff. And then, that was what the interview said. And he wants to be that same way. And then, yes, like you said, he's been that person. He's been a trendsetter. He's been that person that's doing the breakthrough stuff. He's that one who everybody looked at when it's next level shit. He is that person, but the fact that he keeps on striving and trying to do that, that's where it's kind of getting annoying because, like, bro, we know you're diagnosed with, being bipolar, and then you're doing a lot of things, but bro, like, calm down. Like, your whole career ain't gonna be something that you over here just like keep on trying to break that glass ceiling. Like, you can just pretty much have a gradual effect. You could pretty much be the dopest person.
But that's not Kanye though.
I know,
the
but
thing that makes people great a lot of the time can be their downfall a lot of the times. And his greatness is his crazy nature that makes you, and he wants to. He thinks in his head, I can do and accomplish anything that I want to because I've already done it. Like, in his head, he's the dopest, and it can make anything happen. And then you add on top of that bipolarness where his mood swings and change very quickly. On top of that, man, you got a motherfucking shitstorm, bro. Like,
I feel like this is gonna
and billions.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those like them tragic, not say tragic. You know how them plays where it's like Shakespeare plays and all that stuff. Like, I feel Kanye's career, his life, is almost like a Shakespearean like play. It's just like
How so?
Just like
Expound.
So come on, like it's just like humble beginnings, coming in, getting that accident, wire shut, then pretty much how he had the uniqueness of pretty much bringing his struggle, his pain through his breakthrough single Through the Wire, and then he came out hit after hit, pretty much all the shit that he's done, pretty much all the bullshit that he's been through. And like, so he's pretty much gradually going up to the pretty much the highest peak.
You think it's gonna be like a tragic end?
That's where I'm gonna get into it.
Like how though? Like jail or death? What you talking about?
I am not gonna put that out there to the point where I'm just like, I don't want to go ahead and say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you saying it's gonna be a tragedy? Goddamn! I want to know why you thinking this shit gonna end, bro. What you think?
like I feel like we keep on going up to the point where I'm just like, I feel like something's going to happen to the point where it's like we gonna have like those old school like where the stars at now, where Kanye was pretty much on the up and up, coming up, and then something happened, and then all of a sudden I won't say his career is going down the drain, but it's just the fact that his impact that he has on the community is just gonna just tank, and then when it comes down, it's just like he's going to recover, but he's not going to be where he was originally.
Bro, if his shit ain't tanked right now, I don't think it is, because he and did shit that's like so far outside of our community, like as far as like the trust factor that we have with him. Only thing people really fucking with Kanye with right now is his fashion. Like he make dope shit.
Fuck that. Like we have, like you said, we have short attention memory spans. So the fact that like a lot of shit go pull off, like that's serious. He could do stupid shit, and we just be like, all right, cool, and then we could just keep on moving on. Because like I feel like there's so much shit that we still haven't talked about that pretty much is still going on, to the fact that like how the fuck are we even having these conversations? Like nobody's really talking about the California fire still, even though that's still going on. What about the shit that's happening south and the Amazon rainforest, or pretty much the pipeline project that's happening within the United States, where the Native Americans are been protesting, fighting for to stop this shit. Like there's so much. I'm just saying as an example that's happening in the U.S., but like there's so many things that happen with us that we're still fighting for so many things, and like we're kind of like our attention span is spread thin.
But it's always been that way, though.
Honestly,
it's always been that way. It's just that as far as the spotlight being on a black community like it is right now, that's about really the only difference. But it was like that in the 90s too, in the early 90s with the riots and shit like that.
But here's the thing. Only the 90s, we didn't have social media. Social media has brought the world to our fingertips, to the point where we can get this 24/7, 365. Everybody's talking about it. Like right now, only thing is for communication. Like only time I can talk to you is literally if I was to come to you, or we'll talk on our landline phones. Now,
okay,
but now that with everything gone digital, everything, and pretty much the transference of information has gone so fast, the fact that like, our attentions are rapidly going, and then the same thing, we can't grasp onto one thing because we get bombarded with so many other things, and then when we bombarded with all that stuff, it's just like we can't really focus on one thing because there's so much stuff going on. That's why I'm saying with Kanye, that's how I kind of feel like that's what is going on. He could do so much, he could do so many shit, but at the same time, there's so much other stuff that we pretty much were like, all right, whatever, that's the least of my worries. It's something that's more important right now.
Yeah, of course. Like in the big picture, he not doing nothing that's like just horrible. You know what I mean? Like he ain't out here running sex trains and shit. He started a church and like a cult type shit, but it ain't hurt nobody. You know what I mean? Like they ain't out there, I don't know, doing whatever. He make music and clothes and shit and say stupid shit from time to time like everybody else do. And so I don't think he's done anything that bad, but he just done a lot of shit to distract and said a lot of shit where his viewpoints are different from that of the majority of the black community or whatever, or even the hip hop community in a more larger sense. So, but that alone, just having a different opinion, that's Kanye. I think half the shit he say, he don't even mean it. Like he just doing it because it's outside the box and outside the norm. I don't even think he's like genuine about a lot of it. I just think he has an idea that he doesn't think all the way through, and he just says that shit and tweets it to try and get feedback just because he know this shit is going to be outside the box and nobody's thinking like this. Nobody's going to say this. Like I said this, nobody else going to say this. George Bush doesn't like black people. I said that, but everybody was thinking it. He probably saying shit or whatever that he think other people want to say, but they can't say. He's just being Kanye, and he gonna always be that way. Everybody talking about he's sick and shit. Like, my mom bipolar, you know, so I understand exactly what that is or whatever, and I know that it can be managed and all of that, and he has plenty of money to do it, but sometimes you still have your good days and bad days with medication. Kanye is just Kanye, bro. He is he is just a different entity. But you're right though, like, even if he is doing shit, it's so much stuff going on in the world that nobody really gonna pay attention to it. That's why Donald Trump get away with so much shit that he get away with now, because he'll do one thing and then he'll do something else to cover up that thing and keep on going until people just forget, and then he'll just say just complete blanket statements about shit. And he was saying something the other day, bro. He said some shit that just like was just so stupid and dumb. It's like, how do his followers like follow this shit? Like, how do they take it in, think about it, and still regurgitate that shit? Like, they still swallow that and repeat it in public. Like, are you stupid? What are you saying right now, bro? Like, what are you saying to me? That's why I can't even deal with Trump supporters, bro, because usually it's just, they just saying shit that don't even make no sense that he done said, and with no facts behind it and no proof. And when you try and give them proof about the lie that it is, they still just ignorantly hold on to whatever narrative Donald Trump is pushing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy out here, bro.
Here's the thing, bro. This is why I can't wait till November 4th comes. So after this shit is over, like, we can stop talking about this shit.
About what?
The politics. Like, I know this is something that we always going to probably bring up, because, you know, politics is pretty much that one thing that everybody feel like they have to voice their opinion. There's going to be somebody going to share about this. It gets to the point where it's like, yo, I honestly I just want to just stop. Like,
But you
it's
can't.
one of those things, like, I hate politics to now, because the fact
I hate
that
it too, but you got to know it.
that's what I'm saying. He need to know it, but I feel like it just like it's a time and place, and then at the same time there's a limit, because
What's the time and the place?
You would ask that question. A time and place, I'm just like, yo, you just like, you do need to know what's going on. And in certain points, you do have to go ahead and explain yourself. Like, you know, if you're just talking, you know, talking amongst, I would say like talking amongst friends, having a discussion, you know, about certain things, certain policies, what is going on.
Yeah,
but
sure.
at the same time, like, it just like, there's a lot of, you know, this conversation, this bickering back and forth, to the point where, like, you know, a lot of people are taking everything that you're saying to the point where it's like they don't even want to mess with you. They don't want to have nothing to deal with you. And I can understand, but at the same time, this is just pretty much, it's putting us at a great divide. And they just like, it's a lot of stuff that's happening, and I'm just like, yo. And then another thing too, I'm sick of all this text messages I'm getting. Hey, I'm here with the volunteer services. Do you want to vote for this? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about you right now. So either way, I'm just saying, like,
I get
I'm
so many
just
signs and shit on my door all the time, man. That shit, it be making me mad.
That's why I'm just like, I'm ready for this to be over it, because it's one less thing we really have to do. Like, honestly, it's like this. If the Republicans or Democrats, whoever makes it, either way it goes, that means, and then after that, you got 4 more years to go ahead, try to rile up your base to come back to us on the next election cycle. And what we could do is just like really start working on just putting more change, more emphasis on one thing, and then move it to the next thing. Because I just like, right now, it just like, it gets to the point where, like I said, it's overwhelming just having these conversations, just doing a lot of this shit. And then it's one of those things like you just really just want people to shut up.
I feel you, bro.
It's like, bro, here's the thing, and this is another thing that pissed me off. It's like I value people's opinion and all that stuff when it's on social media, cool. But then when the shit gets on LinkedIn, a professional site where people go talk about work, business, and all that stuff, that's one thing. And then some people start getting political on there. And I'm like, okay, now this is kind of getting too annoying because like people like, okay, I can understand you talking about somebody's work ethic. I know you talk about professionalism, but when you start talking about that rhetoric about, oh, this person's being black, getting Joe Biden braids and pandering to black people, like when you start doing all kinds of stuff, you're taking the integrity out of like a lot of things when things are supposed to be.
To you, I love talking about that types. Like for me, I get what you're saying, bro. Like it's overwhelming, and especially right now because it's election season. So everybody's on overdrive right now, which they should be. I understand what you're saying because you're just not a political person. So you just want to talk about, just other things other than that entertain you, that interest you. And this is a subject that probably just doesn't interest you most of the time. Sometimes, yeah, because, you want to talk about it when you have to or need to. But the way I see it, politics run the world, bro. Like, so talking about it, understanding it, helping people understand it more, helping people form their own opinions about it, I think is a very important thing, especially in our community. I don't think we talk about it enough in our community. I think we do talk about the other bullshit way more than we need to. Like, even when they were talking about, like, on Sports Center, when they started talking about, politics, specifically with starting with Jamil Hill or whatever. And, like, everybody was in uproar about it and stuff like that because they were talking about politics on there. But yet your president is talking about the athletes, and he's the president of the United States. He's calling them sons of bitches and stuff like that. So it all blends. Everything, every facet of American culture blends into politics in some sorts. Even hip hop, it blends into politics. That they want artists to co-sign them, endorse them. When NWA came out back in the late 80s and Cube, was talking about fuck the police and shit, it was political. It was huge. I think politics blends into everything. So trying to avoid it and not talk about it, you can really only do that with your friends that aren't political or know much about politics. But if they know about politics and all the shit that we have going on in the world right now, I don't see just after the election is over like it's going to stop, because we still got the Black Lives Matter things going on. That's completely political. We talking about systematic racism, and that comes from the laws that we pass and laws that we make and people that we need in office, and or people that we don't have in office or whatever, or people that we do have in office that aren't doing anything. That's all political. So to say like you want it to be over, I get it. I do understand it because it can be overwhelming and people always talking about it. But when you got a place like LinkedIn or whatever, yeah, it's a workplace environment, but even the workplace is political. Like, you don't want to say certain things on this podcast because you work in a corporate world. And what happens if you say something wrong, then you're going to get fired. That's political. That's a politics. If it wasn't on politics in the workplace, and you could say whatever you wanted to say, you could dress how you wanted to say, but that's office-related politics. You know what I mean? So it's in every facet of our lives, bro. And I understand you want to get over it, but we not, and we can't afford to right now. Like, we got to be deep in that shit right now, because in order to move our people forward, like Cube trying to do and shit like that, he getting real political, because that's the one thing that we've truly been lacking is people in politics in the right places, or us making the right decisions with voting and with and just organizing our people politically. It ain't like we got the numbers in the streets and shit. Yeah, of course. But do they know the politics behind this shit getting the job that's going to really get the job done? Because just talking about sports and hip hop and shit ain't going to get it done. at all. Like, you got to be in the courtrooms, you got to be in those meetings in the Senate and Congress and all that type shit. So I feel you, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
I
I
mean,
want to learn as much as I can about this shit. I want to know about world politics. I want to know about local politics at home. I want to know about national politics. I want to know about it all, because you got the shit happening in Nigeria that's affecting it's not affecting us directly, but it's affecting our people though. Still, the same shit is happening to them over there that's happening to us over here, and to the black people in South America and the black people in the Caribbean and in Europe. It's all the same, and it's all political. So, yeah.
here's the thing, like, bro, like, yo, I respect you if you want to know about politics and get be a better better understanding. But like I said, there's always going to be a time and place for everything, because like the fact that like there's certain things that yes I want to be aware of. There's other things that like I feel like is there's a time and a place for it. And here's how I say it.
It's not sex though, bro. Like, what are you saying? It's like a time and a place. Yeah, if I'm in a club getting drunk, you don't want to hear somebody talking about Donald Trump or somebody. Maybe that's not the time and place, but any other time throughout the day, especially right now, like, when is the time and place for it?
But bro, here's the thing. You over here talking about it's something that we have to think about, because it's going to be in all areas of our lives.
Not think about, get involved in.
Get involved, but here's the thing. It's one of those things where there's so much going on to the point where this can literally take over your life. Like, that's serious. This is something that also, like, if you're in that position where you can actually work and devote your time and energy to that, then go ahead, like, go about that. This is what you get paid for. But at the same time, we need to like be realistic here and just think about there's things that we have to be aware of, and we have to pick our ones that's pretty much the ones that speak to our hearts, and have us actively go out there and do things. And then the other stuff, sometimes we just have to let other people fight their fight, or we'll join in when we can, because the fact that there's
But
so
how are
much
you going to join in when you can if you're not talking politics and you don't know about it?
I'm gonna say it like this: you can know of stuff, but you ain't gotta be fully engulfed in there. So I'm just saying, like, being aware of what's going on out there, but you ain't gotta be all engulfed in a lot of stuff. Because, like, I would say, be down for everything. Like, whatever you saying, like, what I'm saying is, be interested, like, be there for what you stand for and what is your passion. There's other things that we are that is a concern for us. I would like to be, and me as a person, I do want to, know about other things that's going on, but I'm not going to be fully engulfed in it. So, like, the stuff that's happening out west, I do want to know about that. And when I hear it occasionally, I'll join in. But when it comes to Black Lives Matter, yes, I'm fully engulfed in that. So pretty much I'm going to be following that no matter what going into it. But at the same time, what's else is happening, I do want to hear about it. But, I'm not going to be like pushing that to the my fullest.
But who's pushing it? Like, I'm not understanding what you're saying, because you're saying, like, yeah, we need to know about it, but we shouldn't talk about it as much. Is that, like, we shouldn't talk about it that much? I don't understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to get here is, like, I'm not saying there's things that are more important to us and issue that's more important than other things. And there's one thing that we can have a conversation to the night turns is the day. There's other conversations that, we can just bring up and all that stuff. You don't have to be all into the politics 24/7, 365.
Who is?
You can pretty much how you saying you want to know about everything.
But I'm not into it 24/7. I might read it or watch it for an hour.
Bro, you don't sound nothing like you watch it for an hour. You say you want to know
Who consumes themselves unless you in Congress or some shit or working as an aide or some.
And that's why
Consumes
I'm
with
getting at, 'cause
politics
a lot of
24 hours
people
a day.
are doing this shit. That's the thing. Everybody
You
is over
talking about
here.
social media though, bro? You can unfollow people. Like you can literally tune them out. So we talking about you specifically. This isn't a problem or nothing. It's just you
This
don't
people,
like politics that much, so you don't want to hear about it and talk about it that much.
bro. This is something that is not just me. This is pretty much everybody do this, and this is on social media. You maybe I'm over here saying stuff about it because it's annoying me, but at the same time,
Is it annoying you because it makes you uncomfortable to talk about?
no, I'm just saying this is something that is always out there and that this is happening.
It's election season.
Where?
We got Black Lives Matter happening. We got police killing people in the streets. Of course it's everywhere, bro. What do you mean?
Oh, this has pretty much been going. Okay, bro. Like I said, this has been going on. There's a lot of stuff that have been happening throughout this whole time. Just because it's election season, the only thing that means in election season is the fact that this shit is coming much faster than it usually was. Because let's be real, the same shit Will was going through was happening almost a year ago, and a year before.
It's been a situation for like the last 8 years. People have really been talking about it more and more. This year just came to a head, and like you had all the protests and riots and shit like that because like the final straw had hit.
Bro, that didn't happen in okay, bro. Like literally, we talking about the same. We going in circles because like the fact that I'm saying this shit has been.
I'm just trying to understand what you're saying, though. Of course, the shit in the black community has been going on for years and years and decades. I'm talking about right now, the way the spotlight is on Black Lives Matter and on the police violence is on an all-time level right now. Like on a world stage, not just in our community. We all know this. Everybody knows it's been happening for years. I'm talking about it being on a worldwide stage where we got riots in the streets over police killings and all that. Not just like in, 91, 92 and with the riots in LA or I think it was like 92 or something like that. But since then, it's been that times 10, times 20 or whatever this year in 2020. That's what I'm talking about. I was just trying to understand what you were saying because you were saying you don't want to hear about it. It's everywhere too much. And in my head, it's not registering because I'm like, yeah, do you see all the stuff we got going on in the news? It has to be because everything that's related to what we're talking about is political. Like we trying to get laws changed. Like you can't get laws changed without being political. You talk about the wildfires and all that type shit. That's political too when we're talking about the environment. You're talking about whatever issue you talking about is going to be political. And then we got the presidential elections happening and local elections happening with bills. We got Supreme Court justices, like all that. So, yeah, you were talking about LinkedIn and stuff like that. And I'm just like, bro, you just got to unfollow people. If you...
Bro, here's the thing. Like you said, everything you talk about is like political. Did you say that, right? Like everything we talk about or stuff like that, political, LinkedIn is political.
Right now it is, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I said not everybody has to talk about politics 24/7. That's why I'm saying like there's, and
I was saying that nobody does talk about politics 20. Not even the people on CNN and shit talk about politics 24/7. But when the issue comes up and somebody feels the need to comment on it or whatever, then I don't know. If it's social media, you tune it out. If you don't want to watch Fox, turn it off. If you don't want to watch CNN, turn it off. But it's going to be people out in the streets, and that's all they're going to be talking about because that shit really matter right now. And I can't even see myself turning it off right now. I don't even want to. Even after this election over, we got to ramp it up. Like, it can't be, okay, we got the election. If we win or lose, that's over with. So let's just go back to doing what we doing, talking about going to pool parties and shit for spring, or on a cruise or some shit. That shit don't matter right now at all. Only thing matters is getting these laws changed and getting shit really equal like we want it. So I can't understand what you're saying. I kind of get what you're saying. Like everybody's talking about it right now, so you tired of listening to it.
Actually, like literally, become like there's time for place for.
You keep saying that, but I'm telling you,
the reason why I'm saying is like there's time and place for people to be just regular people. The fact that you can stop doing those little facial expressions.
I'm sorry, bro. It just happened.
You do that, it just made me just like, you know what, fuck it. Like,
it came, bro. It came.
No, here's the thing. I'm like, yo, everybody is going to be like, yes, everybody has their opinion. Everybody has their movement. Everybody goes through the shit. But yeah, at the same time, like, there's times where I was just like, yo, let's talk about other shit. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shit happening on. I feel you. I see the shit. I'm in that shit too. Let's take 10 minutes to go ahead and think about other shit. Don't get me wrong. Social media is going to go ahead and put a lot of shit in my face to the point where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is going on. That is going on. But at the same time, like, yo, let's kind of, if we want to do that in the social space and talk about politics, yeah, we can go up on there. And we go to a professional place, let's talk about the professional shit. And then that's, like I said, there's certain things that you could go in and talk about certain things in certain regards. But, you know, it's a lot that's going on to the point where it's just like some people can't even fucking breathe now because of the fact that it's so much shit going on to the point where it just like you feel like you're drowning. You're actively drowning and you just trying to understand shit.
So you saying you just overwhelmed with everything that's happening in the world right now? And
that's pretty much what I was saying. It's a lot of stuff that's overwhelming, period. And then the fact that people are just actively just like, everybody just, do their own thing. Everybody goes through their whole shit.
Everybody gonna do that, you know what I mean? Like, everybody go through their own thing. I understand if you're saying you overwhelmed and stuff like that. I don't think it's really, I agree with that. I think it's a lot going on in the world right now, and it can be overwhelming reading about all the stories and all the situations that's going on, and that can be very overwhelming. I just don't see it like you do because I go on Twitter and I might talk about sports with people. I talk about politics sometimes with people, not often on Twitter or whatever and shit like that. The only time I really talk about politics is on here mainly, or like a homeboy or something might comment on something that somebody said, but after that, like, we on to the next. Like, but I just think on social media is just different. Like, a lot of shit come at you, but not all of it is politics, and a lot of it you can ignore and just go to what you want to look at or read or whatever. If you need to take a break, then you just got to take a break and step away. Like, I read all the time.
Not too long ago that everything is politics. Like, you just pretty much said, like, everybody is bringing up politics when you talk about this or you talk about that. That's politics. Now you say everybody's not talking about politics.
Books aren't. Like me, I read is my pastime. So I get books and I read. I watch Sports Center. I watch all types of shit. I binge watch shit on Netflix that's not politics. Like, you could binge watch shit. You can talk to your friends or all your friends only talk about politics 24/7.
Shit, like, honestly, one friend might not, but there's also other people that will, and it comes in your feed. So that's why I say you're pretty much you're engulfed in that, and that's what I'm saying. And then how you said, like,
I think that's a good thing though.
And then you say how you just take yourself out of it. You read, you watch books and all that stuff. That's where I was trying to get at. It's like, that's where I feel like people need to just go ahead and do that.
I think everybody do that though.
Yeah, that's where I'm like,
honestly. The only thing I'm trying to say is I feel like you coming at it from a personal perspective that's like really you. Maybe other people feel that way, but right now in the climate that we in, like, we need to dig off in this shit and try and understand as much as possible and spread information to our people as much as possible. So while you saying we need to take a break and backpedal and change the subject on shit, I think we need to talk about it more. I think we need to do more. I think we need to organize more. I think we need to get more and more political, because white people and other races, they've been political. They've been spreading information with their people. They've been talking about it at family gatherings. They've been talking about it at sporting events and shit. But we just want to shoot the breeze or do whatever, jump on the dominoes, a space table, or whatever, and just talk about what we talk about. But I think politics right now is it's important. I think we need to talk about it more. We need to of course, we want to leave the heavy super stuff like to breaking down certain things to the people who really know and really understand it. That's why I follow a lot of those people like on social media. But I don't know. I can't really. I kind of get where you're coming from, but I can't really feel it though. But till you stay on how you said it, all my homeboys, I got some homeboys that are hood as shit and don't give a fuck about politics. And I got homeboys that work in the state capitol, you know what I mean, and homegirls or whatever that work in like in Congress as assistants and aides and shit like that. So I got friends that I talk politics with and I get information from them. And I got friends that I just talk shit with and I shoot the breeze with, and you know, it ain't got nothing to do with no type of politics or whatever, because they don't care about that. But I do try and feed them information from time to time. But yeah, I can't really say that we need to step back from it because I've never seen it amped up like this. It's been starting since like 2011, 2012. And like really amping up, and then it really exploded this year in 2020.
Look,
And,
well, how I say this
and I
is
think it's a good thing.
like yo, I respect what you're saying. Like I get what you're saying. Well, here's what I'm thinking, and this is what I'm getting at. And pretty much either way, I know we both see different eye and shit, and this is why. Because like how you say, we need to be into a lot of things and jump on a lot of things. Like don't get me wrong, like I do feel that awareness is everything, but like I said, it's a one thing also just being more prominent, more like when I say more engulfed, or it's pretty much following your core, your passion, and not trying to carry everything, carry the whole burden of all the stuff that you feel for. Because the fact that in this sense, I feel like a lot of stuff that we have is pretty much stretching us thin. Our attentions that we're trying to pretty much put focus in. Everybody's thinking about everything else, and then when you're really trying to like the things that you're passionate for, I think you should put more emphasis on there, put more attention on those things, and then other things. It's like, yo, when you got the time or you got the bandwidth, go ahead check in on there because of the fact that, like, don't get me wrong, I do want to know about everything. I want to be aware, but at the same time, you got to really think about it. If I'm going to stretch myself thin, am I going to be as effective? I really think that if you put more focus on your attention where you need the more, where it's needed the most, you get more done. And then when you're finished, or usually it's never done, but at the same time, let's be known, if there's other things that you are passionate about or not as passionate about, but you are following, and you just happen to have the time to actually go into that, let's go ahead and do some work in there. That's what I'm saying. Just allocate your time and your efforts into something that is more important to you versus everything that's important to you. Like I said, being aware is one thing. You do need to be aware about it. But I'm saying put your efforts, put your passion, put everything into the your core, and then work on that.
Okay, you just moved the whole goalpost, like the whole goalpost. First, we
Bro,
were
you
talking about
no, you
like the
said
communic. At first, we
you
were
said
talking. At first, we were talking about. You were saying like you tired of people talking about politics 24/7. Now you're saying that they need to focus on more. I get that, but I think most people do that anyway. You going to try and get involved in shit that you're passionate about. Like nobody's gonna be able to hit every single aspect of it. For most black people right now is black issues. Like it's Black Lives Matter, it's changing laws and stuff like that. It's like that's like for me and the majority of black people that I know or whatever. So yeah, I can agree with that. Like you should put most of your energy in things that you are passionate about. And for me right now, it's Black Lives, which is hella political, and it goes into who's the president, who's our local representatives, and all that shit. So, but I don't know. You kind of just switch things up on me, so I don't know.
Bro, honestly, we can just go on to a different subject. It's like we both see different eye on things. Either way, we try to get shit done. We just do it a different way. And honestly, not everybody has the same approach of everything. So honestly, I think that's just the moral of the story. Is like, yo, we both have our way of getting it. We have our way of coping with it. We can just go ahead and just call it what it is. Because I kind of feel like we going back and forth saying the same thing.
Nah,
But
we saying different things, like for sure. But I don't really understand what you were saying to begin with. A while ago, what you just said, I understand that and I get that. But yeah, we can move on, change subjects or whatever. But yeah, of course, everybody has their own way of dealing with things and coping with things and stuff like that. But right now, we need more information, a lot more information, and we need organization and shit like that. So yeah, that's what I'm on, and what I don't know. So I don't really mind it talking about politics because I just think we need the information and we need to give out as much information as possible. But yeah, did you watch the town hall debates? Oh, wait. We talking about politics now. You sure you want to get into this, or do you want to move on to something else?
go ahead. Like, I'm cool. Like, bro, like I said, I'm already kind of just like I said, I'm cool with it. Just go ahead.
So, did you watch the town hall debates?
Yeah, I saw it.
What you think about them?
I love how the black dude asks, like, hey, what you doing for us? And then Biden gave his answer. And he's like, did I answer you? And the black dude's like, yeah, I think so. That's pretty much my highlight of the whole night. It's just like, yeah. And then like when it came to Trump's, like honestly, I ain't gonna lie, he was more. I felt like he was being more defensive than anything because the fact that like uh, the moderator was pretty much asking some of the shit that he put himself in position, and he said, and she pretty much came with the receipts. My man's he pretty much like he just doubled back. He just pretty much said a whole bunch of bullshit that pretty much at the point it sounded good for him. But I'm like, bro, you said all this shit. Like everything that she's pretty much bringing up is things that you went on record saying, and now you pretty much over here saying that. What you're saying is different. I'm like, you know what? It got to the point where I'm just like, I'm
Turn
actually,
that shit off.
I'm just turning the shit off.
Yeah, I did the same shit.
Yeah,
I
because
just turned that shit off.
like both of these, like here's the thing, and like I know that they are doing this right now for the people that's undecided. I already got my, I already know what I'm doing. That's why I'm just like, yo, I'm already understand. Already, we just pretty much trying to get to the deadline, and then after that, then like, okay, I'll go ahead activate myself. Let's see what we could do to.
Was it activated, sir? I like that.
Bro, it's like because like here's the thing, like that's why I just don't give like yes, when it comes to social issues and shit that's happening, yes, let's go ahead and have a conversation. Right now with these fucking presidential debates and all that stuff, I kind of don't really care about it because the fact that let's be real, I already know how I'm gonna go vote, and pretty much somebody on the other side, they already know how they're gonna vote. There's undecided people. This literally is for them. And that's pretty much is like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Yo,
That's facts.
if that undecided person feels that okay, now I go in, then guess what? It done its job. But right now, it's just like I'm talking about something. I could just criticize my the side that I'm going to. I could criticize the other side I'm going to. It just pretty much doesn't do any justice.
Yeah, like
Only thing it does is just give yourself more ammunition to talk shit about somebody who thinks different than you.
true. Yeah, I turned that shit off like pretty fast. The only thing I even found interesting, I knew what Trump was gonna say and do anyway. The same thing he always do. So I ain't even gonna touch on him. Only thing I really found interesting was Biden talking about the '94 crime bill and shit like that. But other than that, yeah, it was exactly how you said. You know, it was for the people who are undecided or kind of leaning on the fence one way or another. And I'm pretty much already locked in with my vote. And yeah, it really just didn't matter that much to me. But it was interesting to hear Biden finally admit that the '94 crime bill and his voting for it or whatever was did he vote for it or develop it
He
or something?
developed it.
Yeah, and so said that it was wrong, and then he went into more detail about the other things that went into place and things that he tried to get changed, and the things that the different states changed after the bill had passed or whatever. So mainly about uh, the building of more prisons and shit like that. So but he finally admitted fully that it was wrong or whatever, and and I found that interesting. But the timing of it is what it is. So, but just admitting that he was finally wrong, because usually he always admitted like halfway, like yeah, it was wrong, but or yeah, it is, but so, but I don't
It's
know.
it's one of those things where it's just like, yo, we know you wrong. We just want you to say it. And like,
That's
yeah,
it.
that's the thing. If you go ahead and say it, then guess what? Now we can go ahead and heal from it. Because like that's serious. Like, let's be real. All y'all people, y'all don't understand the shit we go through, and y'all we ain't gonna expect you to do it. But at the same time, and I hate the fact to say it, but we are a forgiving bunch. So like we're gonna forgive you, but and then now we're only either one or the other. And guess what?
Yeah.
Now I'm saying we're gonna go with that one versus the other. So just like do what we do, try to do good by us, and then maybe we'll get through this.
That point right there that you just made is the whole problem was wrong with this country with all this shit going on. Just admit what's happened in this country in the past so we can all heal and move forward from this shit, bro. Like, that's it. So you hit the nail right on the head with that. And yeah, but
Just
that's,
we just got
oh,
some fucking people in this world. That's why I'm just like I said, I love to try to. There's good people in this world, but there's also people who have just a fucked up way of going about it. That's pretty much how we navigate through life.
yeah, facts. Yeah. But man, let's get off the old white dudes for a minute, well, for the rest of this episode. I wanted to ask you if you excited about that Drake album dropping.
Man, I'm gonna be in an emotional state like that when that shit drops. Like I'm probably gonna need a good day or so to actually like just get myself around it. I might be in my feels depending if he
Drake
has.
fan, huh?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm a Drake fan, so that's why I was like I might get in those feels. So I gotta be very cautious. But other
Yeah.
than that, yeah, I'm all here for that Drake.
Do you think it's gonna do major numbers? You think he gonna get another number one?
Oh yeah, that's definitely like Drake. He anything he does, like he just even like it goes to it gets up there. Even though I think Tootsie Slide was kind of just sad, but other than that, like everything that Drake does, it just gets hype. It's the hype culture. It's hype beats. Like everybody's just like gonna fall in love with it. Everybody's gonna just jump into it. So
Yeah.
to my knowledge, like yo, whatever he comes out with is gonna be long. So it's everybody gonna want it. Like everybody loves Drake. Nobody can he cannot do wrong in most people's eyes.
Yeah. I'm I'm starting to move Drake up into that we already moved him up in that GOAT echelons, but I'm trying to debate if he like I think he's kind of like with the Michael Jacksons and shit now though. Like the Michael Jackson and Prince, Jay-Z, shit like that. Like he passed away in them like a while ago. Like even Kanye and all those like his like even the Kendrick and the Coles or whatever, they, you know, some people most people would consider them having doper rap catalogs, I guess you could say, like we're doper rap projects when it come to straight bars and rap or whatever. But I think you got to put Drake up there with the Michaels now, because Drake, he's pop, he's hip hop, R&B, and he embody all of them. And like you said, everything he touches for the most part, it's go, and he like on a run that we've never seen before. I don't think in any genre, because he's literally been what he dropped like in 2009, so like a 10, 11-year run of straight number ones, like straight billboards. Everything he touches is on the billboard. Everything he touches goes gold and platinum, most likely platinum, multiple times platinum. And I don't even care if it's a goddamn dance song like he made for TikTok specifically. And that shit did exactly what he wanted it to do. He got like the whole industry on the string, and that shit is bananas, bro. Like bananas.
Did not care for that song, but at the same time, like I knew everybody was gonna eat that shit up. Motherfuckers gonna do breakdown videos and pretty much people doing moonwalks and shit. I was just like, yo, I don't like this, but at the same time, I know it's gonna hit. That's what I'm saying. Like Drake has shit that, you know, he has something for everybody. But like for the most part, when I'm fucking with Drake, like especially his older shit, like oh my god, like that's where, like what you doing right now, just chilling, smoking. Like if I'm playing something like that, like shot for me, like just chilling and just having like good with like that's where I'm like, yo, I can fuck with Drake.
Drake bars are underrated though. Everything he does always has like content that's cohesive and like a project. You know what I mean? Like a lot of rappers these days, they just drop music. It don't really mean shit. They just throwing words together that rhyme for the most part over a dope ass beat. But everything I've ever heard from Drake has always been like a story in a type of way. You know what I mean? And I think that's highly underrated and highly like he deserves more praise for that shit. I don't even really believe the ghostwriter shit though.
Here's the thing: Drake's been in the game for a while to the point where he came from an era that valued that shit. So that's why I said like he had time to perfect it. He had time to go ahead and you know.
Not really though,
bro.
If you think about it, he came in around the same time like Young Thug and them did.
No.
Yeah, he did.
No.
Young Thug and them came at it like what? Started popping like 2009, 10? Maybe 2011?
Drake was like 2004.
No. His career, like he probably started rapping back then, but Drake didn't start popping until like 2009. Like when Drake was Drake.
October Fairy, like bro, come on. So Far Gone, like that his first album was like his mixtape was that damn dope. Like
that was like 2009. That's what I'm talking about. Like he was rapping before then, but he just wasn't known until Wayne them got him, and then he had that cosign and shit, and then he started popping after the Young Money thing. But So Far Gone was like 2009 though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
wait, hold on. You saying when Young Thug came into the yeah? Because like that's why I'm like when you said he came in 2010.
Who? Young Thug?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the same year, a year later than Dre. Like they both started popping about the same time, or whatever. And that content, Lil Wayne pretty much changed the game with the way his style was, because he just spit bars, just bar after bar. It wasn't cohesive. Sometimes he had songs that,
Drake, since 2001.
He would.
He's been active in hip hop and rap.
I said that, but I said popping. His first So Far Gone was 2009. Like he had been rapping for years, but he was in the acting shit in Canada, and then he was rapping. He was taking his money from the acting and the rapping and shit. But it wasn't until he got with Wayne them and that So Far Gone project in 2009 when we started noticing Drake. Like on the underground world, I'm sure people knew him up north and shit, or like, you know, but most people knew him as an actor. No one knew him as a rapper singer, you know. Like not on a major scale. I didn't know about the nigga till 2009. My cousin them, they knew about him like back in the day, but they said like his projects wasn't even that good though until he got with Wayne them. So that's why I say when he started popping in 2009, since then he been on a historic run.
Yeah, so I feel like when he first, like, when comparing like So Far Gone, like he was making music where just like, it wasn't like how like you said, it's not how it is now. It's one of those things where it was like a good vibe. Like it was just like pretty much something that was just like you could, like how you just take a hit right now and just like mellow. Then it's like that's pretty much how I feel like Drake shit is right now. But was back in the day. Now when you kind of compare
It's
his
pretty
stuff,
much the same
it's
though.
like, it got some, but it got that. And this is the best way I can think it. It's like when you take that good hit and then you took it too strong, and then some of it come. Damn, like that's how I was like. Drake has a couple shit like damn, and then all of a sudden like, okay, some of this is like this is trash. But that's why I was like, you got things that just kind of like it gives you a whole roller coaster. But I just felt like early on it was just like that mellow type, something easy going, nothing too drastic and all that stuff. And yes, when he got to with Young Money and got with Lil Wayne, that's when I felt like he started experimenting, going
So
out.
you knew about Drake before Wayne now?
Huh?
So you were listening to Drake before Wayne now?
I was listening when I did hear So Far Gone, and then I did hear listen to a couple of his songs beforehand, but honestly it's been a long time ago because like the only reason why I remember it because my homeboy had put me up on it where I was just like,
On
you saw
what?
Canadian rapper.
Like I don't remember nothing from like I went back and heard some of his old projects after So Far Gone came out, but
It
before
was like
that,
literally probably one or two songs
that
prior,
was
but
popping
no, I won't say popping. It was just like when I
out
heard
there.
it. Because come on, because like back in the day, it was back when we was putting shit on CDs, and like you can only and like only a few people knew how to really work the shit that well to the point where they know how to burn their shit and not
I
get
was
caught.
burning shit like in freshman year in high school, but yeah, I
I
get
was
what you're saying though.
some kind of viruses, so I just didn't. I just
I'm gonna
stepped
say
away.
viruses. I used to,
Like
man,
you
that fucking
quarantine
dial-up
and
shit, man.
like
They
that's what I
got
said.
that. Boy, them fucking dial-up, that shit used to have me heated, nigga, waiting. Man, I'd be so frustrated if I had to go back in time to like even back in junior high and shit, with them old ass computers that was slow as shit, man. At dollar, I'd be so fucked. Cause right now, if my Wi-Fi go out or if it's running slow, I might have a goddamn heart attack, bro. Like I'm impatient. I can't wait like that though, bro. Right there.
Hey, you know how back in the day we was over here talking about 3G, 2G, 3G, and now nigga we on 5G and if
I don't
shit
even
is
remember 2 3. I don't even remember that shit. Like
bro,
LG is the only thing I remember, like that LG shit or
bro,
whatever.
if anything was to take less than bro, if I click on something and it takes more than a second, I'm already impatient. Like that's how fucked up this shit is because like I remember back in the day, like you literally had to wait like at least 5 seconds to get to another page.
Yeah, it was probably longer than that, bro. Probably like 20, bro. Like it was
Exactly, and that was
that dial-up
and
was torture, bro.
bro, just think about just trying to be on Facebook and how Facebook came. Like, yo, Facebook is so fucking fluid and so beautiful. And then back in the day where you was on Facebook on your phone, you had to touch almost every little thing. Like, bro, like I said, we came a long way from this shit.
Man, from Black Planet to motherfucking Twitter and Facebook, man, yeah, my nigga, we done came a long, long way. But Black
Nigga,
Planet used to be popping though.
I still remember our password and my username. I still go to that bitch here and there just to see where I came
Really?
from. Yep.
I ain't checked. Like I know they tried to bring back. They tried to
MySpace.
bring back. Yeah, like 4 5 years ago or something. That shit didn't pop back off no more. But them
Nobody
kids
want
ain't
to talk
fucking with
about
that no more, man. That shit. You ain't getting in my top 5, goddamn. You gotta get, you gotta get in my top 5, man. I gotta know you goddamn. But yeah, Drake popping, man. That boy doing his thing. I can't wait to hear the project, see what he on. Hopefully he changed some stuff up because Drake really got the same type of flow though. He had the same flow. The beats might change, but his flow don't change. And his beats kind of similar to like his style. Only time he really dive in there is when he go on like to his dance hall bag and shit like that, you know. And even then his singing is still kind of the same, but he made good music though, man. He made good music in the upper echelon. But Benny the Butcher, huh?
Would you also consider Chris Brown in this shit?
Who?
Would you consider Chris Brown in the upper echelon as well?
And what echelon we talking about? He ain't in Drake echelon. Like Drake surpassed like that nigga.
I wouldn't say like he's up there, but I'm just saying like
as a legend for sure.
Okay, then
definitely a legend, hands down. Can't take nothing away from him, but he didn't reach the levels that I think he would have reached had not that stuff happened with Rihanna. I think his trajectory was bananas. He probably would have been in that Michael Jackson range.
He fucked himself right there because, like, dead serious. I feel like if that wasn't on it, and then all that stuff that he went through with Karuchi, like, honestly, he
danced better than Michael Jackson, and like, and he could sing. He don't sing better than Mike, but he can sing though.
Like, but bro, some of the stuff that he pretty much his catalog, like to the point where like. It makes you be like, oh shit.
They got a crazy catalog though. He got a crazy, and if he do have a versus battle, I'll be tuned. I don't know who in his class can even go up against him. Like he'd have to go up against like Usher or somebody. Like
Usher is the only person who.
That's the only one that could even touch him. So I guess he is in that upper echelon. Then you know what I mean. But he's definitely a legend. He's definitely one of the greats, and you can't take that away from him. But I don't think he up there with like Drake and Jay-Z now, you know, like the Nas's of the world and shit like that. Like that's just a different type of
Why did you
level.
talk about Black Planet? I actually went to my fucking Black Planet.
Is you thinking about Black Planet still? Leave that shit in 2001?
Bro, I'm looking at all my old friends. I'm like, damn.
That shit was 20 years ago, bro. You still checking your page? Who you flirting with on that motherfucker, bro? Let me find out. Let me find out your ass sneaking off the Black Planet to go get a little hookup action on this motherfucker.
I didn't live with this shit in so long, man. Black Planet,
I know you're not on Black Planet right now, bro. This nigga here on Black Planet right now. People, we trying to have a discussion, and my partner over here on Black Planet trying to get his freak on.
I ain't doing that. I'm just trying to see all my old shit on here. Like, god damn. They just want to see my profile, but they won't.
How do you remember your password?
Bro, because I made it so easy.
You've been consistently on that motherfucker for 20 years.
No, because like they won't let me go nowhere because I have to
You said they won't let you go nowhere? They nigga got you in cuffs? What's going on?
Because they said you need to verify your password, and this is my my email. It was my email when I was in middle school.
So you feel like since you can't delete the account, you gotta continue to check that motherfucker.
Bro, it's just I gotta keep it for nostalgia. Like, bro,
that's the good shit I heard all week.
This account is gonna pretty much live up to my kids. Like, you know, my account is older than you, right? I'm just telling you right now, man.
Hey, I don't know. They might want to sign your ass to some type of endorsement deal or something because I don't know nobody repping goddamn Black Planet no more. But I want to shout out Benny Butcher, man. That boy dropped his first major label album, Burden of Proof, and I listened to it about 3-4 times now, and I'm not gonna say classic just yet. I gotta hear it for like 2-3 more weeks, but right now it's my favorite project. But the whole Griselda crew, they done dropped 3 straight debut albums on major labels, and none of them lived down to the hype. They all lived up to that shit. So shout out Benny the Butcher, shout out West Side Gun, shout out uh Conway the Machine, Buffalo, New York. Y'all up there doing that shit, man. And yeah, I've been a fan for probably about 3-4 years now. And but to finally get these projects on major levels that I've been waiting on, I'm definitely impressed. Conway the Machine got one more on his first Shady Records debut. But what's this last one? The Shady Records debut. It might have been that one. But anyway, the last year they just dropped like 3 months in a row. They killed that shit. I don't know if you listen to the Griselda crew, but they killing the game from production to, and then that name Hit Boy popped up again. He did the whole album for Butcher. And
I'm just surprised that you said you shout out like Buffalo, New York, because like it's so funny because I used to well, I never lived there, but I did the internship there, and it's like
Buffalo.
Yeah, and nobody gives Buffalo, New York no kind of love. That's why I was just like, and like if somebody actually came from Buffalo, I wish they like I hope they lift that dude up, because like dead ass when there's somebody talking about New York, they are not talking about Buffalo.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They ain't
All
talking
the
about
bills. But yeah.
Hell.
But yeah, man, like they are the first big people to come out of Buffalo. It's been DJs and shit that them popped off from Buffalo, but as far as rappers, it ain't been none of that. But them three, they made and they cousins too. Like, so it's like a real family shit. Like they got a label, a producer in house that's killing it, 2 heavy spitters, like. And I want to see what Maury Caesar do though. She's the lady of Griselda. And I think her project about to drop soon, if it hasn't already. But I'm trying to see what she do. But that whole label, though, man, is killing it. But Benny the Butcher, he probably my favorite artist right now. Benny and Conway and Gibbs. And, yeah, they doing that shit. So I just wanted to shout them boys out, man. Tell them keep on the grind. They merch is super crazy. I bought up a few different things from them because right now they got the whole game on, like the merch game, the production, the music, the sounds, the sonics, all of it, man. They killing that shit. But yeah, my brother, shit, man, we gonna get ready to get up out of here though. Is there anything else you want to touch on? I got a shit ton of shit to do today, man, and I'm not even in the
I thought
mood
you said
for
you
it.
got shit. That was like, damn, this nigga.
Oh man,
like I got a shit, man, nigga. I'm like, okay.
I wouldn't be ashamed to say it, but I don't. I just got a lot of stuff to do today, a lot of shit to do today. So we got to get ready to wrap this one up. But
just the only thing I'm pretty much doing a whole bunch of personal things. I gotta get situated, but other than that, like, man, shoot, I ain't got nothing really to bring up. Like, I'm drawing a blank, and I know it's gonna kill me, but at the same time, I know I can bring it up next week, so it's all good.
What's gonna kill you? Work?
No, I'm just saying, like, if I had to bring up, like, if I'm something you say, do you want to bring anything up? I'm like,
Okay.
damn, I thought I had something in my head, but I guess it just went out of my head. And I'm like, fuck it, it's not a big deal.
Well, fuck it. If you think about it, tweet that shit out, bro. Tweet that shit out. But everybody been asking me about the Instagram page for Raw Brilliance Media. It'll be back up soon. I had to switch some shit up. Actually, I just forgot my password, so I just had to make a whole nother one. I'll be doing that shit. But I'm gonna get somebody to manage all the social medias and shit for me, so I won't have to deal with it no more. Y'all get
everything. That's why I was like, yo, you might as well you need to get an assistant, nigga.
Yeah, I'm shit, man.
You need more partners. That's pretty much
like my girl been talking to me about that, about getting an assistant, but I just don't feel like I'm there yet. But she think I am, and I'm just like, I I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna hire somebody and then shit might not be going the way it is no more, and I'm gonna be like sad as fuck. I gotta fire somebody and feel like I'm going backwards. So I'm just gonna keep on grinding right now myself. So
You just gotta get. Well, here's the thing. Then you put on a partner. You put on somebody that pretty much you could go ahead, teach and learn and all that stuff, so they can be at the level that you want them to be.
yeah, I'm trying to find like some young creators that want to work in film and shit like that. So, you know, I can build up my crew and stuff. So that's pretty much what I've been looking for. I've been talking to some of my old professors and stuff, trying to see if they had any students that are promising that might want to get into this journalism and media game. But yeah, I'm definitely working on that shit. Hopefully I can find something soon because, you know, it's been a blessing though, you know, it's still working, got stuff going on. But yeah, go out and vote early, people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you can already go vote right now in the state of Texas where we at. If you are able to go do that, don't let those lines get you because they are trying to suppress your votes out here. So just make sure y'all get out there and go do that. It is important. And we need y'all out there, man. We need y'all. But as far as social media, we're gonna have that the IG up and going again soon with new videos and shit that I shot. And next week I'm gonna announce the deal that we just got. I just want to make sure everything is finalized before I announce that. But be on the lookout next week for that next podcast. But yeah, that's about all I got, man. Y'all know the social media is gonna be in the description. If y'all watching this on social media, it's right there for y'all can see at the bottom. For your boy Mansa J, this is the Brilliance Podcast. My boy over here, Ronnie Marcel, out here popping. And it's a goddamn button down today looking good for y'all, man, with his beard shaved. My boy tired, man. So
Stop.
some let my boy get on back and go do what he got to do and relax, and you know what I mean. And we're gonna get on out of here. But thank y'all again for joining us. This is Brilliance, man.